Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Word Podcast, a place where real thoughts, real ideas, and real words come to life. I'm your host, Drew, coming from San Diego, California. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in, checking out the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit up those links down below. And now, let's get into the episode. It is Monday morning. It is around 5:30 in the morning. It has been a rough morning for me. Woke up around 2 a.m. Couldn't really get back to sleep. Just spent about an hour and a half tossing and turning. Finally dozed off for about 45 minutes till about 4:30. Got up out of bed around 4:40, 4:45, started making some coffee, getting the glass cleaned, and started listening to the radio, 97.3 The Fan, Ben and Woods. And now I am here, but I'm a little tired this morning, but we are still here, still gonna go strong, still gonna make it happen, and that is how it is. But let's get into this wake and bake. I got this WerD Farmer and the Felon. It's called SPK. Don't know what it stands for, but I got a good deal on a half ounce again. So that's what I'm going to be smoking for the foreseeable future. I also do have some concentrates. You will see that tomorrow morning with Tuesday morning tokes. But for now and this morning, we are just going to be having some of this bud, this flower. And that's how it's gonna go. But I will have the concentrates for tomorrow. I do have them already, but I just didn't bring them out this morning. So hopefully everybody's weekend was good. I know I've said it before, like, it doesn't really matter that it's the weekend because every day just kind of feels like a Sunday. But with more and more places starting to open up, hopefully people's weekends start getting back to some sort of normalcy, and then the week can kind of get back to some sort of normalcy as well. I mean, we'll see what happens. I know there's still just a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation going on with all of that. But we will get more into the news topics on Wednesday. So this one on Monday here is just more of a update about my weekend, what's been going on with me. And if there's something super important, I'll bring it up. But for the most part, I'm going to try and stay away from the news stuff on this Monday episode. And then Wednesday will be more news and current event centered, and then Friday again will be a mixture of the two, a little update, a little news, and I think that is a good combo for everything. So let's get into this first snap and get that head change going. Damn, I forgot my coffee. Oh, that's frustrating. That's super frustrating. It's just literally right out the door. Oh, I can't believe I forgot it. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well, I might just be coughing a little bit harder, a little bit longer, since I don't have anything to drink. We'll see. Oh well. Cheers. Man, I can't believe I forgot my coffee right there. That's frustrating. I always have my coffee, man. Always. Oh, well. Oh, well. So, my weekend was all right. It's been filled with ups and downs, just like every day. That's life for me, Just a constant roller coaster filled with ups and downs and loops and twists and turns, and that's how it goes. But over the last week or so, it's been pretty cool. Me and my brother did a side job, last Tuesday. Just made like $60 each or something like that. Went pretty cool, felt good. That was the first time I had actually worked in quite a while. But then on Saturday, my mom helped us line up another side job for window cleaning, and we got there. It was about a 45-minute drive from where we live. So we got there right at 7, and it took a few hours. It took about 3.5 hours to complete, but it felt really good to get out there and work and be productive and contribute that way again. Like I said, it had been quite a while since I've done any sort of actual work like that. And yeah, it felt good, It felt good to actually get out there and be physical and just earn a living, earn some money. And it's just crazy because doing that job that took 3.5, let's say 5 hours total from drive there, drive back, work time. So 5 hours total, and both me and my brother each made a couple $100. And it's just crazy to me because when I was working for the window cleaning company that my brother and my dad work for, still, man, I would make... So the amount I made in that 5 hours was basically a third of my 2-week paycheck from the window cleaning company. That just says a lot right there, man. If I can make a third of my paycheck in 5 hours, like, that's just crazy, man. It makes no sense that that company couldn't compensate me a little bit more, because that's the reason why I had to leave, man. I wasn't getting treated properly. I wasn't getting the hours, and it was unfortunate because I enjoyed window cleaning, especially with that company. I didn't like their scheduling and how they did things a lot of the times. And then I went to the other window cleaning company, and that place just sucked, man. I hated that place. And I was like really getting down on the first place that I worked for, where my brother and my dad work, and I was miserable there too. But then I, went to another place, and man, it sucks that they just couldn't work with me. They did work with me a lot, but not as far as pay and hours goes, because I constantly was bringing it up to them. Like, this is not a livable wage. I'm barely surviving. They just didn't seem to really care. They would to your face, but then they would never make any changes with anything. And, it was unfortunate because I feel like I'm a good worker. I'm loyal. I'm a hard worker. I do have problems. I do have my issues and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like for the most part, damn, I was going to reach for my coffee. I feel for the most part though, like, if you can work with me and kind of have that understanding that, I have some of these problems, and you're willing to work with me and, make sure I'm good, then I have no problems with you, you know? There's just times in my life where, these waves come and go, and sometimes it gets more intense and it's harder to actually function throughout the day. Um, but for the most part, if you give me like a set schedule, consistency, and just keep things like that, I'm usually pretty good and can be set for quite a while. But like I said, then it comes and goes, then it gets more intense. The bad days get more intense, and it kind of can mess with my performance a little bit, I guess. But I try to not let it. It's more of usually I'm just in my head dealing with it instead of actually taking it out on the jobs or the customers. Like, I could be just having a terrible day, just got done, like, crying or whatever, go to my next job and be like, oh, hey, hi guys, how's it going? How's everything going? Oh, yeah, good. Oh, good to see you. Like, just put on that face and just really know how to deal with the customer service aspect. Like, I tried to never let that affect me when I was in my head like that, because it's not their fault. And I might be thinking things under my breath or or under my head or whatever about the customers, but I'll never like take it out on them, because I do understand that it's typically me who's the problem and it's not them, obviously. But yeah, it felt good to get out there and work on Saturday. And that's typically the day when me and my brother do our podcast, Drew and Chase Side by Side. But we both kind of had other things going on after work, so we weren't able to get that done. So we're going to try and figure out, maybe we'll just do it every 2 weeks and just give us some time to really, spend time with the album, but also make sure that it's not rushed and it doesn't become a chore, So we kind of have to figure out, I don't know, I have to talk to him and just kind of see if we can get on a set schedule, whether it's every 2 weeks, once a week, once a month, whatever it is. I just want the consistency. And I do know things come up every once in a while for both people, for everybody. And there might need to be some adjustments here or there, but I just want something consistent. And yeah, I got to talk to him about that, and we'll figure it out. But we should be back, and a new episode of that should be available next or this coming Saturday. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, man, talking with my brother lately, it's been really tough. It has been tough because we just see things, we see the world so differently, and honestly, I don't understand how it's even possible. Like, he can send me a video and we just see that video so differently, and I just don't understand how that can happen. I can present him with facts and truths and evidence, and he just discounts it and tries to paint a narrative where it's like I'm saying one thing when it's like, that's not what I said at all. I'm just trying to lay out facts and present evidence for things. And I'm talking about many different things right now, like not one specific thing, but it seems like it's been happening more and more lately. And yeah, we were just in this text debate last night, and I just told him, I was like, dude, this is going nowhere. I can say so much right now. I've already said all of this before. If you've actually listened to me when we've talked about this before, I don't like talking in circles. I don't like repeating myself. But I won't give up on something that I believe in and where I've seen truth and I've seen evidence and I've seen facts. But he just discounts it and disregards it. And it's super frustrating. I don't know how to like really deal with that because we just see it so differently. We see everything so differently, and I don't know. I don't know what it is because yeah, I can be a challenge and I can be stubborn and I can be hard to deal with, but also I'm very like free flowing, like, I'm cool with gay marriage. I'm cool with drugs being legalized. I'm cool with um gun rights. I'm cool with equality for all. So it's just I go to hip hop shows, I go to punk shows, I go to rock shows, I've been to country shows. Like, I can adapt, but it seems like other people can't, and they won't listen to other people. They won't give them that chance. And I don't understand what that is because I try to be open to everything. And I form my opinion based on things presented to me. And I try and pass that along. So it's just really difficult to me because this is family. And, I struggle in this aspect with every single one in my family. Every single person. There's something we just strongly disagree on, and it causes this massive friction. And I guess it just comes down to me. And that sucks because I'm starting to realize it more because I get so stuck in my ways. I get so stuck and stubborn and, and I won't just let things go. I won't just drop it. I won't just give up on an argument because, like I said, if I believe in something so strongly, why would I not fight for it? And, I don't know what else to do in those situations because I feel like if I just stop talking, then they're going to continue believing these false narratives and these lies. And here I am, like, basically screaming the truth at them, trying to present it to them, but it doesn't resonate. And I don't know what to do. I really don't. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that I have that type of relationship with family. And I do know, like I said, it's myself. It is me causing most of the problems. So it is what it is. Let's get into another snap. Kind of got a little heavy there, but I'm just I had things that I wanted to talk about, and these are them. I didn't know exactly. I just kind of had a bullet point of talking about mental health and debates with brother. That's all I wrote down. So I knew there was a lot to say. I knew I was going to get into some stuff, but definitely was I went a lot more than I thought I was going to go. But It is all good. There's still a couple things I want to go over, but let's get into this. Cheers, everybody. Still can't believe I forgot my coffee right out the door. It's literally like 5 feet away, just that way. Okay, so like 8 feet away, probably. It's good stuff, good stuff. All right. So after the window cleaning on Saturday, there was another UFC event that evening, and Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, Brendan Schaub, and Brian Callen did a fight companion. So I kind of synced those up, but honestly, I had eaten like a couple of gummy edibles, not strong ones at all. I just haven't been eating edibles in a while. I've just been recently starting and getting acclimated to the 10 milligrams again, and I usually space 20 milligrams out throughout the day. But today, or that day, I did an extra 10. Ooh, look at me, an extra 10 milligrams, a whole 30 milligrams. But I was out. Part of it could be the edibles, part of it could be working, it could be a combo of both, but man, I was just out. I watched some of the card. I definitely was dozing off, passing out during some of the card. I definitely watched the co-main and the main. I definitely feel like Angela Hill, I believe that was her name in the co-main event, got robbed. A lot of people are saying that as well. And it seems like the judging throughout a few of these last few cards on a few of the fights were just really off. And, a couple of them could have went either way. So, that is what it is. But it seemed like 2 or 3 of them over these last few cards really got it wrong. And this was one of them. And then, obviously the main event with Walt Harris and Alistair Overeem, that was very emotional and tough for Walt Harris, dealing with his whole situation and all of that. I'm not really going to speak on it. Just go look it up if you don't know. But yeah, that's something I'm not really going to touch on. But that was a tough fight. He looked good at first. And then I believe it was in the second, just got outworked and just got beat up. And ref had to call it. I believe it was a late second. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, it was tough. But Alistair Overeem showed nothing but respect. Walt Harris had his head down for a while. It seemed like he was upset and very emotional, but he said in his post-fight interview, it's cool that Paul Felder, and I believe it was Felder, let him just speak, say whatever he needed to say. The spotlight was his, and, he said he's sorry to where he's from that he couldn't get it done, but he's going to go, reassess, get better mentally, get better physically, and he will be back. So that'll be good. I'm sure he needs, honestly, that time to heal emotionally from what happened, because I couldn't even imagine something like that happening. It's just awful. But again, I'm not really going to touch on that. But shout out to him because, he showed his heart, showed his resiliency, didn't get the win, but, being able to talk on the microphone afterward and, say you'll be back, say you need to get better, that shows the strength. And people are going to be rooting for him for sure. I know like almost everybody was in that fight. Like, how could you not? But it's a fight, and it was a tough fight against Alistair Overeem, and he looked good, especially after he weathered that initial storm. And yeah, man, he got it done, and we'll see what happens. Seems like that heavyweight division is just kind of I don't know. There's a lot going on, but also that the championship is just being tied up right now, and that's not a fun place to be if you're a heavyweight, because it's just kind of stagnant, and nobody really knows what's going on. So hopefully they can figure something out. I know Dana said typically Tuesdays is when they start matchmaking, so hopefully they get back to Vegas and start figuring things out, because I don't know what the next card is. I don't know where it is. I'm sure there's some information out there, but I honestly don't know. But I will be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man, UFC pulled it off. 3 cards through that week or 8-day span from Saturday to Saturday. And it seemed like there was only one positive COVID-19 test, or out of one camp and corner, and they got him out of there, and seemed like everything went off without a hitch, and everything went smooth. And we'll see what happens. I guess we just kind of have to keep our eye on the situation from that hotel and where they were fighting out of, and see if anything happens there. But all we can do is just be like, hope that nothing happens, hope that no cases surge or anything like that, and just keep rooting for the UFC to do what it's doing, because it's setting the example of how we can get live sports again. And honestly, I liked the UFC with no fans. I said it. I think it was way better. I liked that feel. I really did. I don't know how you would do that for like maybe you would just have to do it in smaller places, in-house places, and then just charge maybe $50 pay-per-views, and then all those fans that would be traveling would then just buy the pay-per-view or whatever, and it should offset costs, especially if you don't have that rent to rent out a stadium or rent out a venue or whatever. I don't know. But me personally, I enjoyed the no fans. I liked the sound. I liked how you can hear everything. Yeah. I want that. I do. It was cool. I really enjoyed that. Nothing went on yesterday. I did go on about a 4-mile walk. It had been a while since I really got out and been any sort of active, so that felt good. The sun was shining. It was nice out. I just stayed right here in the neighborhood. Didn't go anywhere, but it was good. It was good. It felt good. It felt good to get out there and get some fresh air. And what do I got going on today? I just gotta upload this. And then I believe I'm gonna be meeting up with Zach, and we have to talk some business for sure. That's what we gotta do. We gotta start laying out some plans and, executing. But I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that because it shows that he's serious about it. I've been super serious about it. And, if he's passionate about this and, willing to put in the work, and I'm obviously willing to put in the work, and whatever needs to be done to make this happen and to kind of make this a career, like the podcasting, YouTube stuff, a section of a career, like I still want to do, some window cleaning on the side, like doing these couple houses and stuff this last week. It made me feel good, and I don't want to do it full time, but if I did like 4 or so a week, or not a week, 4 or so a month, like between 2 and 4 a month, I'd be happy with that. Little extra cash, do this 5 days a week. But this isn't, I enjoy this. I enjoy the window cleaning too, but it is more physical and more, that type of labor and hard work, lugging around the ladder and things like that. But yeah, so I'm excited. Talk a little business, maybe lay out a business plan, a game plan, and see what we need to do to execute. And yeah, man, I mean, it's all about just consistency, scheduling, and same day, same time, just kind of having that boom, boom, boom consistency. And I try and do that with these. I mean, I try and start around the same time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But sometimes I run into some technical difficulties on the back end when I'm exporting and all of that. So it takes a while sometimes for me to upload. But as soon as I'm done recording these, I'm immediately in that process of exporting and uploading. So that's where it's hard to be consistent with that, because I do run into those technical difficulties. That's why it's not the same time on these days, but it is these days, and it's always going to be on these days. It's just when I can get it uploaded, they will be up. But as far as the other ones that we record a day or so prior, those need to be consistent and uploaded on the same day, same time, and just get that going. But I am excited. Make sure to check out on Instagram at @the_No World Order podcast. You can keep up with us there. You can find out when we go live on Instagram. Follow my page at RealWord420. I don't post there a lot. It's more of just kind of advertising when we're gonna go live, and you might see me post a couple things in my story here or there, but I'm not really active too much on my own personal Instagram as far as posting things. It's just not really what I'm into too much. I go through waves here and there with it, but go to at @the_No World Order podcast. That account is much more active and interactive. Both me and Zach go on it. So yeah, check out that. Make sure to join that Robinhood link. You get a free stock, I get a free stock. It's a win-win. In these climates, you never know what can happen. Some of these stocks have hit their lows and they're going to be booming. They're going to be booming after this. So now could be a good time to get in and, hit up that Robinhood link, and could help me out as well. I would appreciate that a lot. So this went on pretty long. We will see what happens. Like I said, when it goes long, sometimes I have some of these technical difficulties. So we will see. But I will get out of here now. Thank you if you're still listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And until next time, everybody, peace.